Srimad Bhagavatam, translated with commentaries by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Canto 1, Chapter 7. The son of Drona punished. Text 10. All different varieties of Atmaramas, those who take pleasure in Atma, or spirit self, especially those established on the path of self-realization, though freed from all kinds of material bondage, desire to render unalloyed devotional service unto the personality of Godhead. This means that the Lord possesses transcendental qualities and therefore can attract everyone, including liberated souls. Purport. Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explained this Atmarama sloka very vividly before his chief devotee, Srila Sanatana Goswami. He pointed out 11 factors in the sloka, namely 1. Atmarama 2. Munaya 3. Nigranta 4. Api 5. Cha 6. Arukrama 7. Kurvanti 8. Ahaitukim 9. Bhaktim 10. Itam Bhutaguna and 11. Hari. According to the Vishva Prakash Sanskrit Dictionary, there are 7 synonyms for the word Atmarama, which are as follows. 1. Brahman, the absolute truth. 2. Body. 3. Mind. 4. Endeavor. 5. Endurance. 6. Intelligence. And 7. Personal habits. The word munayat refers to 1. Those who are thoughtful. 2. Those who are grave or silent. 3. Ascetics. 4. The persistent. 5. Mendicants. 6. Sages. And 7. Saints. The word Nigranta conveys these ideas. 1. One who is liberated from nescience. 2. One who has no connection with scriptural injunctions, that is, who is freed from the obligation of the rules and regulations mentioned in the revealed scriptures, like ethics, Vedas, philosophy, psychology, metaphysics, etc. In other words, the fools, illiterate, urchins, etc., who have no connection with regulative principles. 3. A capitalist. And also 4. One who is penniless. According to the Sabdakosha dictionary, the affix ni is used in the sense of 1. Certainty. 2. Counting. 3. Building. And 4. Forbiddance. And the word granta is used in the sense of wealth, thesis, vocabulary, etc. The word ukrama means the one whose activities are glorious. Krama means step. This word arukrama specifically indicates the Lord's incarnation as Vamana, who covered the whole universe by immeasurable steps. Lord Vishnu is powerful, and his activities are so glorious that he has created the spiritual world by his internal potency, and the material world by his external potency. By his all-pervading features, he is everywhere present as the Supreme Truth, and in his personal feature, he is always present in his transcendental abode of Goloka Vrindavan, where he displays his transcendental pastimes in all variegatedness. His activities cannot be compared with anyone else's, and therefore the word arukrama is just applicable to him only. According to Sanskrit verbal arrangement, kurvanti means to do things for someone else. Therefore it means that the Atmaramas render devotional service unto the Lord, not for personal interest, but for the pleasure of the Lord, arukrama. Hetu means causal. There are many causes for one's sense satisfaction, and they can be chiefly classified as material enjoyment, mystic powers and liberation, which are generally desired by progressive persons. As far as material enjoyments are concerned, they are innumerable, and the materialists are eager to increase them more and more because they are under the illusory energy. There is no end to the list of material enjoyments, nor can anyone in the material universe have all of them. As far as the mystic powers are concerned, they are 8 in all, such as to become the minutest in form, to become weightless, to have everything one desires, to lord it over the material nature, to control other living beings, to throw earthly globes into outer space, etc. These mystic powers are mentioned in the Bhagavatam 11:15. The forms of liberation are 5 in number. Therefore, unalloyed devotion means service to the Lord without desire for the above-mentioned personal benefits, and the powerful personality of Godhead Sri Krishna can be fully satisfied by such unalloyed devotees, free from all sorts of desires for personal benefit. Unalloyed devotional service of the Lord progresses in different stages. Practice of devotional service in the material field is of 81 different qualities, and above such activities there is the transcendental practice of devotional service, which is one and is called sadhana bhakti. When unalloyed practice of sadhana bhakti is matured into transcendental love for the Lord, the transcendental loving service of the Lord begins gradually developing into 9 progressive stages of loving service under the headings of attachment, love, affection, feelings, affinity, adherence, following, ecstasy, and intense feelings of separation. The attachment of an inactive devotee develops up to the stage of transcendental love of God. Attachment of an active servitor develops up to the stage of adherence, and that for a friendly devotee develops up to the stage of following. And the same is also the case for the paternal devotees. Devotees in conjugal love develop ecstasy up to the stage of intense feelings of separation. These are some of the features of unalloyed devotional service of the Lord. According to the Hari Bhakti Sudodaya, the import of the word itam bhuta is complete bliss. Transcendental bliss, in the realization of impersonal Brahman, becomes comparable with the scanty water contained in the pit made by a cow's hoof. It is nothing compared to the ocean of bliss of the vision of the personality of Godhead. The personal form of Lord Sri Krishna is so attractive that it comprehends all attraction, all bliss, and all tastes, rasas. These attractions are so strong that no one wants to exchange material enjoyment, mystic power, and liberation for them. There is no need of logical arguments in support of the statement, but out of one's own nature one becomes attracted to the qualities of Lord Sri Krishna. We must know for certain that the qualities of the Lord have nothing to do with mundane qualities. All of them are full of bliss, knowledge, and eternity. There are innumerable qualities of the Lord, and one is attracted by one quality, while another is attracted by another. Great sages, such as the 4 bachelor devotees, Shanika, Sanatan, Sananda, and Sanat Kumar, are attracted by the fragrance of flowers and tulsi leaves, anointed with the pulp of sandalwood, offered at the lotus feet of the Lord. Similarly, Sukadev Goswami was attracted by the transcendental pastimes of the Lord. Sukadev Goswami was already situated in the liberated stage, yet he was attracted by the pastimes of the Lord. This proves that the quality of his pastimes has nothing to do with material affinity. Similarly, the young cowherd damsels were attracted by the bodily feature of the Lord, and Rukmini was attracted by hearing about the glories of the Lord. Lord Krishna attracts even the mind of the goddess of fortune. He attracts in special cases the minds of all young girls. He attracts the minds of the elderly ladies by paternal affection. He attracts the minds of the male in the humors of servitude and friendship. The word Hari conveys various meanings, but the chief import of the word is that he, the Lord, vanquishes everything inauspicious and takes away the mind of the devotee by awarding pure transcendental love. By remembering the Lord in acute distress, one can be free from all varieties of miseries and anxieties. Gradually, the Lord vanquishes all obstacles on the path of devotional service of a pure devotee, and the result of 9 devotional activities, such as hearing, chanting, etc., becomes manifested. By his personal features and transcendental attributes, the Lord attracts all psychological activities of a pure devotee. Such is the attractive power of Lord Krishna. The attraction is so powerful that a pure devotee never hankers for any one of the 4 principles of religion. These are the attractive features of the transcendental attributes of the Lord. And adding to this the words api and cha, one can increase the imports unlimitedly. According to Sanskrit grammar, there are 7 synonyms for the word api. So, by interpreting each and every word of the sloka, one can see unlimited numbers of transcendental qualities of Lord Krishna that attract the mind of a pure devotee. Text 11. Srila Sukadev Goswami, the son of Srila Vyasadeva, was not only transcendentally powerful, he was also very dear to the devotees of the Lord. Thus, he underwent the study of this great narration, Srimad Bhagavatam. According to the Brahma Vaivarta Purana, Srila Sukadev Goswami was a liberated soul, even within the womb of his mother. Srila Vyasadeva knew that the child after his birth would not stay at home. Therefore, he, Vyasadeva, impressed upon him the synopsis of the Bhagavatam, so that the child could be made attached to the transcendental activities of the Lord. After his birth, the child was still more educated in the subject of the Bhagavatam by recitation of the actual poems. The idea is that generally the liberated souls are attached to the feature of impersonal Brahman with a monistic view of becoming one with the Supreme Whole. But by the association of pure devotees, like Vyasadeva, even the liberated soul becomes attracted to the transcendental qualities of the Lord. By the mercy of Sri Narada, Srila Vyasadeva was able to narrate the great epic of Srimad Bhagavatam, and by the mercy of Vyasadeva, Srila Shukadeva Goswami was able to grasp the import. The transcendental qualities of the Lord are so attractive that Srila Shukadeva Goswami became detached from being completely absorbed in impersonal Brahman and positively took up the personal activity of the Lord. Practically, he was thrown from the impersonal conception of the Absolute, thinking within himself that he had simply wasted so much time in devoting himself to the impersonal feature of the Supreme, or in other words, he realized more transcendental bliss with the personal feature than the impersonal. And from that time, not only he himself became very dear to the Vishnu Jana, or the devotees of the Lord, but also the Vishnu Jana became very dear to him. The devotees of the Lord, who do not wish to kill the individuality of the living entities, and who desire to become personal servitors of the Lord, do not very much like the impersonalists, and similarly, the impersonalists who desire to become one with the Supreme are unable to evaluate the devotees of the Lord. Thus, from time immemorial, these two transcendental pilgrims have sometimes been competitors. In other words, each of them likes to keep separate from the other because of the ultimate personal and impersonal realizations. Therefore, it appears that Srila Shukadeva Goswami also had no liking for the devotees, but since he himself became a saturated devotee, he desired always the transcendental association of the Vishnu Jana, and the Vishnu Jana also liked his association since he became a personal Bhagavat. Thus, both the son and the father were completely cognizant of the transcendental knowledge in Brahman, and afterwards both of them became absorbed in the personal features of the Supreme Lord. The question as to how Sukadeva Goswami was attracted by the narration of the Bhagavatam is thus completely answered by this sloka.